Okay, guys, we are live. So for those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I'll be your friendly editor-in-chief today, because today we're going to be returning to a game we played for the first time about 2 weeks ago. Oh, 2 weeks ago, a week ago? 2 weeks ago, I think. And that is Monolith. Is it Monolith Publishing? Monolith Games?
Monolith Games.
Monolith Games, a French publisher. Their Batman Gotham City Chronicles RPG. A game with perhaps one of the hardest to read logos on any core rulebook.
I've never noticed that.
Yeah, I had to. It's funny because when I was doing a thumbnail for it, I had to like kludge together one with a nice white front and black background because it was very hard to read at a distance on this. But this is a game, if you're not familiar with it, it's an RPG that was crowdfunded about, I want to say like 3 or 4 years ago. They've just released a updated version of it called the Skyline version, which is just really like retooling, correcting some errors and things like that, cleaning up some language with it. It is based on the D20 engine. It sort of uses the OGL or 3.5 D&D as a starting point, and then uses the changes that were made to a French RPG whose name I am going to butcher. Once again, Oubliees Oubliees Contemporain is
and
the
you call
game.
yourself a Canadian.
I am a Western Canadian, which means that my Francais is, what is it? Plus mal, I think is the very bad.
And to be fair, if it was something that was German, it would be great.
If it was German, it'd be, well, if it would be German, it'd just be a slightly better, a petit peu, as my Quebecois brethren would say, better. So this is based on that. It is, it has sort of the interesting, I'd say rich sort of quality to the characters, where there's a lot of different kind of the selections you get to make, a lot of different abilities you have, but it has the benefit of having several iterations of the 3.5 game. So if you've watched any of our Fantasy Craft games on the channel, you'll see some similar kind of lessons that were learned from 3.5. It's clear to people who love that game, who made iterations, and then they take that French RPG and make it fit for Batman. And that is what we're playing today. So joining me are some Batman fanatics. We are starting quite late because we spent a lot of time talking about comics and talking about this game. More talking about the former than the latter, but let me introduce you to the stars of today's session, and you guys tell us who you are and who you're playing. First up, oh, and also, guys, who is your favorite member of Batman's Bat family? And I'll tell you right up front, mine, Ace the Bat Hound, for sure. So, first up, we've got Will.
Will, I'm playing Nightwing, and Dick is probably, I guess, maybe out of everybody. I'm trying to think if there's anybody else, but I've always liked Dick. I really got introduced to him most when he was doing that Nightwing transition.
Nice.
And so getting to see that character evolve then, and find his own footing, that was when I was really seriously probably the most heavy into comics.
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed that.
You know, the cool thing about Nightwing 2 is that this is something that came up sort of around the Infinite Crisis era too, is that they started leaning into the idea that Nightwing has a connection to everybody in the DCU. He's sort of the one that knows everybody because he knows Superman. Nightwing's name is taken from a Kandorian superhero. So it's also DC reusing an already copyrighted name, but in fiction, it's an interesting idea that Nightwing is drawn from as an homage to kind of his, not second father, but like someone who is a father figure. And he borrowed a name from a name that Superman used when he fought crime in Kandor in some versions of the rules.
He's the Kevin Bacon of the DC universe.
100%. Between being a member of the Titans, being Batman, being, he seems to know everybody. Next up is John.
Everyone, I'm John, and I'm playing, Kate Kane, who is Batwoman. And I've got an unusual pick for my favorite member of the Bat family. As a supporter of utility characters and backups, I like Alfred.
Nice.
Alfred's my favorite.
Alfred is a solid fucking choice. And last, but certainly not least, is George.
Hey, everybody. I'm George. I'm playing Red Hood, who used to be Robin. Just going to leave it at that. And I'm not as big of a...
Did you just yada yada past his murder by the Joker?
Yeah. He doesn't like to talk about it.
Yeah.
Well, that's not entirely true. But I don't know as much about comics as everybody else, so I think my favorite member is probably Iron Man. No, I'm kidding. I'm going to go with that. My new favorite character is Red Hood.
Nice, very nice.
Yeah,
as a solid character as well too. It really.
I will say, no, it was an introduction for me to the character, and like I watched this movie, the animated film that Kevin recommended to me, which was really great, and I was like, oh, this is a great character.
Yeah, and they do a really everybody involved in that film is quite good, and the writer who reintroduced the character, it's not Greg Rucka, it was Judd. Oh gosh, what's his name? He's a comic writer who was also part of the Real World, because he wrote. There was an older Real World where he met a character who had, or not a character but a person, a character because it's a fucking reality show. But the person had HIV, and they passed away. And I think it was one of the first on MTV persons, and he wrote a comic based off of that, and that sort of launched his other comic career.
Wow.
And I can't remember his fucking name, but he reintroduced Jason Todd as Red Hood in the comics, and then because it was also part of a very convoluted time for continuity for the thing, it was kind of a mess. And he got an opportunity to do the writing for the movie as well. So he took the same base ideas and streamlined it and presented a much more clean version of the story in the film. So it's a nice kind of let me give that a second draft, approach to it. So I agree. It's a solid, when George agreed to play it, I recommended some homework in the form of that film. And then it also has Jensen Ackles does Jason Todd, and Bruce Greenwood is Batman, and Neil Patrick Harris is Nightwing. And it has Amazo in it too, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, which is amazing.
Exactly.
That's a great character. And you know why I love that character,
just so
George?
It's called... Oh, sorry. No, go ahead.
You know why I love is because it's one of the first characters that Jerry Conway featured in the Justice League Detroit run.
Oh, you're kidding. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's great.
What were you going to say,
just
George?
so everybody knows, I was just going to say the name of that movie, just in case anybody wants to look for it. It's called Batman Under the Red Hood.
Yeah. Fantastic. Really
really well done. Yeah, I was impressed.
All right. And John DiMaggio is the Joker in it, too.
That's right. Yes.
Great job. Yeah. Then, guys, so our version of this, one of the things I mentioned previously, I've got a link in the description to the quick start that we're going to use as sort of a framework for this. We have spent far too long talking about comics, so we're not going to get through the whole story.
Far too long.
But I'm using the quick start for this. You can find a link to the quick start in the description of this video. You can also find a link to the Monolith site where they've got the books. I mentioned this at the outset, too. There is a core book which has all the rules in it and some characters, but I think it truly is a 2-book RPG, and it's the Gotham City Guide is what you would also want for it. It is, the Gotham City Guide has a ton of characters in it. It has a cohesive vision of Gotham that you can then twist and change, and there's lots of suggestions for how to make your version of the Batman world work for you. There's different levels of play as well, from street level cops if you want to play a GCPD type series, all the way up to playing wonders with superpowers and stuff at the more Silver Age, Justice League type stories of Batman, or the recent Batman in Space series at the time of recording at least. But ours is going to take place in, we were talking about before we went live, a time where there is sort of a Bat family. We assume that Bruce is on good terms with everybody, Alfred is still around, and all the various ex-Robins have gone on to their own sort of roles. So Nightwing is active in Bludhaven at this point, and that is important because the story will take place in Bludhaven.
Oh.
So
Cool.
This is different from the, from the quick start itself. Batwoman, I'm assuming, is not on the outskirts of the Bat family. You're an incorporated part, so when there is needs be, and the Bat signal, as it were, goes up for everybody, And guys, if you want me to, I'm happy to turn my bat signal on for you.
That's a nice touch.
Are the batteries
awesome.
still?
I don't know. I don't.
There you go.
That's great.
There we go.
I love it.
Dum, 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 dum.
When the bat signal goes up, we assume that Kate responds to that. So you guys can do whatever you want with the dynamics between the characters. I'm assuming that you guys aren't necessarily like actively at odds with each other. Particularly, this is Jason, who we're always talking about Jason. So Jason, we're assuming that you're on whatever good terms. I'm also assuming that you, as part of the Bat family, you have agreed to the no killing code of Batman.
Wait, I'm flipping over my table. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. I feel like my way of looking at it was that he still, got hit the edge that, from the trauma he suffered, but he's found his niche within the family.
Yeah.
And and it makes sense that he would have agreed to that. But killing people and shooting people are not the same thing.
You're gonna go for the kneecaps?
Correct. Yep. Yeah. That's a good. It's funny. It's not like batarangs. Razor sharp batarangs are exactly less lethal.
That's true.
If you're interested in seeing another neat story of it, it unfortunately is lost in the muddle of what's a very unfocused game. There's a video game called, I think it's Gotham Knights with a K. But or something like that. It's a video game that's set on the conceit is like 4 of the Bat family take over for Batman after Batman dies, and they're trying to like deal with Gotham and whatnot. The best story in that is Jason's story, because it's not. I don't think anyone's going to play this fucking terrible game, so I'm not worried about if you are concerned about that spoiler, jump ahead like 3 minutes or 4 minutes in the video. But it involves, after Bruce is killed, Talia takes Bruce's corpse and puts it in a Lazarus pit.
Lazarus pit.
So imagine Jason having gone through this, having to face his dad and talk. Like, it's one of the nicest little like moments of connection as part of a cutscene in the thing that just doesn't exist in the comics, and really gives Jason that moment of connection with Bruce that nobody else in the family could have. So
actually, that's great. I think I might just imagine as if that happened, because that to me would bring them back together.
Yeah. Okay. Love it.
That's cool. Okay.
Okay. Cool. So then that's, then you're truly one of the Wayne boys. Then, so the setup for this one, guys, is, let's see here. This is I'd ask you to picture a old and refurbished mansion on the outskirts of BLUDHAVEN. And this is, of course, Gotham City here. BLUDHAVEN is sort of always talked about being down I think it's the Jersey River, because Gotham is canonically supposed to be in New Jersey. BLUDHAVEN is a little further downriver, and BLUDHAVEN is sort of presented as the like shitty industrial slum to Gotham's, Gothic metropolis nightmare. And I pictured that some of the wealthier mansions that would have been built by old families of BLUDHAVEN likely have that kind of tacky new money vibe to them, like more of a ostentatious Hearst quality to it, rather than like the palatial Wayne Manor or Kane Manor that would be reminiscent of like a Rockefeller, estate or something. So yeah, and then those that have fallen on hard times have been recently refurbished. What is that this, hold on, that this particular place has been refurbished by someone else with so it's new money inheriting old new money's things. There's a big party that is going on here, and it is being thrown by a Russian businessman. And we assume that Dick, you have found that there is connections to the, what do they call it? There is a mob in Gotham that is related to, not called the Moscow mob, but it's something like that. I don't remember the the St. Petersburg, mob or whatever we want to. So some Russian, mob organization based out of Gotham. This guy seems to have connections with them, and it's all his connections are in Bloodhaven are with old service type stuff. So this is like sanitation, classic mob stuff, pushing out. I'm assuming this is after Blockbuster fell as the sort of kingpin of Bloodhaven, and this fella seems to be making his way in. His name was on your list, but he doesn't seem to be an active mobster, or at least not someone who's hit the top of your list as of yet. You are attending here, however, not in your capacity as Bloodhaven's resident champion. You're here at Bruce's request. Or more specifically, at Alfred's request, on Bruce's request. This is the same for Jason and the same for Kate. All of you have arrived here. Do you think you would have arrived coordinated, or do you think you arrived... This is very short notice, I will tell you. So, this is break out the emergency tux, the emergency ball ground, or whatever. We can assume you're going to bring your... If Alfred is asking you to attend here at Bruce's request, then you probably know to bring your gear as well.
Yeah.
If any of you have thought to contact or try to contact Bruce, he has been out of touch. So this has been a matter of like a couple of hours. Kate and Jason, you may have made your way from Gotham to here on urgent thing, or whether you were somewhere else in the country or whatnot. But Dick, you would have been in Bloodhaven itself.
Yeah.
So how do you think you guys each arrive at the party? And this is a gala, seemingly, to celebrate the Bloodhaven Police Department, which, Dick, you were part of at one point, too. Whether you want that to be canonical or not is your thing, but you could still be a beat cop in Bloodhaven. You could have retired from the force. What do you think?
Yeah, I think he probably, did that as an experiential thing.
Yeah.
Which that is one of the biggest differences between Dick and Bruce. Is Bruce was always kind of raised in money. Dick knows what it's like to work for a living.
Heck yeah, he's a circus kid.
And Bruce always had his mindset, but he had never been really like a law enforcement officer where he was restricted to certain things.
Yeah.
And so that is something Dick did for a time, and then he left that.
So do you think your cover for attending here is as an BPD guy, or are you attending as like the adopted son of Bruce Wayne?
I think that's what he's leaning into more for this.
Okay. How is he dressed?
A suit, I guess even possibly a tux.
Okay.
Based on the formality, I think it would probably be more of a tux.
Okay. And Kate, what's your cover?
I think she might have worked with Dick there to kind of arrange their arrival. So she's dressed up in a suit, basically representing her own part of the wealthy. What is it? The family she belongs to?
It would be not like Kate. Sometimes she is. I don't know if this term is offensive. I don't think so. A lipstick lesbian. But she's more of a glam girl, gay woman than her partner, who is traditionally Renee Montoya, who is more, she'll wear a suit and whatnot. But it would not be it would not be out of the question for her to instead wear a tailored suit of some kind.
Yeah, I think she hasn't met Renee yet, so.
So you may be showing up in your dilettante phase then too. It might be more a ball gown or something like that then.
Yeah, I think she's using Dick there as a kind of like half escort, half he's just +1 or something.
Okay.
Just kind of play it that way.
Yeah, well, I mean, Dick is Bruce's son, and you're Bruce's cousin, so it kind of tracks that you would be showing up. What about Jason?
I did some research before we started playing that yesterday, so just looking at like what does Jason Todd do for a living, and essentially it's like who knows. But one of the things I did come across was something about him sort of being a private security operator in some way.
I buy that.
So I thought maybe that's what he does. He's in private security, and sometimes in that role he will hire cops. And so he is kind of, and he pays big bucks to do these things. So as a result, because I don't think he wants to have an affiliation with the Wayne family directly, like that's his main persona. I want him to be like he's just his own person. Because isn't Jason Todd technically like legally dead as a name? Is that true?
I believe so. Like I believe they did have because they would have to explain why Bruce Wayne's second ward is no longer around. So
yeah. So let's. But the point being, like, he doesn't have a Wayne name, and he doesn't talk about that fact. Would be the way I think I would go with it. So I think he just shows up as whatever his name is, but I'll just call him Jason Todd for now. Private security contractor.
Also, I mean, the Waynes also have like unthinkable amounts of money, so it would not be inconceivable for you to have been back. Like your identity's back. You can be Jason Todd once again. They have that kind of bend reality kind of money. So
yeah. And what if I work for the Wayne Corporation, basically?
Yeah, like a subsidiary. Sure.
Yeah, and so I think maybe as part of that, and maybe one of the things I do is I'm sort of a liaison between what the police need in terms of technology and what gets produced, what that can possibly be used by them, sort of like as that person in between. Maybe.
Okay, cool.
Or that's not necessarily what he actually does.
Yeah.
That's just how he presents who he is.
Love it. Yeah. No, so then you would, how do you think you would be dressed at this thing then? If you're tech contractor.
I think I do have a tux on, but it's like a bargain basement tux.
Yeah.
Like off the rack, it doesn't quite fit exactly right, but
All right, so you can imagine there's probably a string quartet playing in some corner that is just the most obvious choices for classical music. The people in here are a mix of garishly rich, those who need to be seen here, who are old money, and then a ton of Bloodhaven cops. The venue is sprawling throughout the entire house as well. Massive ceilings, huge open areas, and probably hundreds of people milling either inside or outside or whatnot as a fundraiser for this. And there is a banner kind of hanging across the top. And there's a podium as well outside for where clearly someone's going to give a speech, at some point. The lot of you, when you go in, I think we can assume you've got like earbud, contact with one another. And as the two of you come in, you can kind of nod and see Jason across the room as well. What do you guys think you're doing? Alfred hasn't given you any specific reason. If you've asked why Bruce asked you to be here, it was simply a matter of maybe Kate not quite as well, but Jason and Dick, when Alfred is being clipped in his instructions or requests, he's not a commanding type, but he is British, an upper crust British, and he's a butler. He's able to and now we're done talking, the way that he enunciates certain things. So it's because he doesn't have time to talk about stuff. He would ask about whether you have any questions or volunteer information he feels that is pertinent. So the fact that you're coming in here with very limited information of Bruce needs you to be at X at Y time tells you something is unusual. So what do you think you guys are doing as you're making your way into this crowd? Dick, we assume you've filled in the others on your understanding of our host, a Mr. Kaminsky.
I mean, I think Jason's hot. I think he's got that, like, attempting to look casual, but always looking for every security and strategic and tactical element to a given situation. So he's looking for the exits and entrances. How many security guards are there? How are they, are they overtly armed? Are they covertly armed? That sort of thing. How many people are here? That kind of thing.
And I think Kate will be probably smooching around and making use of her smooth talker to get to know who's there, kind of find out why they're there. Maybe there's a hidden reason for the gathering that isn't evident.
And Dick?
I think the main thing he's focused on is, if Bruce asked him here, he's focused on the people. So he's looking for, where's the commissioner at? Is the mayor here? Where's he at?
Okay.
The district attorney, where's he at? That's where Dick's focus is on the big wigs.
Yeah, and you'd find the DA for Bloodhaven is here, who I think is a crook, if I recall. The mayor, I think, also is a crook.
Everybody in Bloodhaven.
Yeah, that tracks.
I think, in fact, in the Chuck Dixon comics in the 90s, I believe Blockbuster turned. He was either a police officer or the mayor. He fucking turned his whole head around, thinking he was going to kill him, and then he became this Batman villain with backwards head, or it's not what his name was, but it was basically that. It was just the dumbest attempt at a Silver Age villain.
I wish his name was backwards head. that would be perfect.
If you wanted something in that vein, George, after the session, look up Condiment King.
Oh, yeah.
Are you serious? Is that a real thing?
That's a real thing.
Oh, my God. I'm going to do that.
Isn't he the arch enemy of Kite Man?
I mean, Kite Man is another character with a similar kind of all right, I get where the idea came from, but the practicality, Kite Man got a real fucking second life because of that Harley Quinn.
That's where I found out. I was Kite Man, what? Condiment Man, what?
Oh, my God. That's amazing. Okay.
There's a character called Killer Moth that was created by Gene Colan, and when Gene Colan draws him, he looks fucking awesome. When anybody else draws him, he looks so goddamn dumb. They then made a team called the Losers in a 90s series of Batman, and Killer Moth, I think it's Kite Man, and I can't remember who else is in there, but it's just...
Is it a Hot Dog Guy? Hot Dog Guy.
Condiment King? Yeah, Hot Dog Guy, no. But, yeah, they're... But, it's also in the hands of the right writers, because that run is not, it's Alan Grant and it might be Norton Brayfogle who did the art for it, which were a great team for that. Actually, I don't think it's Norton Brayfogle, someone else, but in any event,
I do think that if you get the right writer who understands what it is, you could make anything work.
Absolutely. Penguin is a ridiculous character sometimes, and in the hands of the right writers, Penguin is fucking awesome. So
yeah.
I was introduced to that Penguin with was it Danny DeVito played him in the Batman?
Yep.
Yeah,
he's always been my favorite Penguin. At that point,
oh, interesting.
I got to finish watching that series, but I've only my son and I were watching the Penguin one from the new series, and it was really fucking good.
That's what I heard.
Yeah,
it's pretty.
This Danny DeVito just pulled it off creepy, gooey, just. Bleh.
Yeah.
It's weird that they had him drive a taxi, though. That was the part that I was
scratching for it.
1970s reference.
Yeah.
All right. So then let's do this. Let's have Nightwing. Would you give us a perception check, please? If you think you've got any capacities that would modify that.
Okay, roll 1d20, and let me check, make sure. Just the standard perception is what we're thinking.
I think so. Analytical mind gives you +3 for searching for clues.
So is that what we're thinking we're doing is clues, or is it detective one?
That's the way of the detective one. Which one? Oh, expertise. That's for detective work. I don't think this is necessarily detective work.
Okay, I think it's just a +3. I don't see anything else.
Okay.
I mean, I've got some that I can elect to do stuff.
And your perception is +2, so +5 total. 1d20 +5.
Oh, what the hell did I type?
Not sure if he's got like way of the stealth with sharp senses. That might help.
It does not.
Okay.
There's a ton of ways in the game. They do a really great job. Well, would you look at that?
Yeah.
So what dashing dame catches Dick's attention?
Okay.
What can't I spend a point? Can I spend an X point?
When it's not a critical fail, I don't think you can. It would add +10 to the result, but it doesn't change the fact that it's a critical fail.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind. I wasn't sure.
Yeah. So, and it's not consequential. I mean, you're just looking around. I think your eyes are probably drawn to sort of the like you said, the commissioner of the BLUDHAVEN Police Department, and the district attorney and the mayor, all of which who are here. Batwoman. Or Kate, would you mind giving us a perception check as well? Do you think you have any capacity that would modify your roll?
As far as sharp senses was giving me a +2 to perception checks, I don't think so.
Analytical mind gives you +3. Same one that Dick just used.
Oh, okay.
I'd grant that, yeah.
Guess I'll be at a +5 then.
Okay. So, and you've got an edge on it, too. So 2d20, and then you just roll 2d20 plus 5, and we'll add it to the highest result. 12. Okay, so again, interestingly, Kate, why now you could also spend that one. This one is actually closer to it. You could spend.
Yeah, I'll spend one exploit point.
Yeah. Okay, so then
I can't affect the token though.
Oh, motherfuck!
Oh yeah, you're right. I can't.
So guys, for everyone at home, our talking on this stuff is why we were so late.
Yeah, this is where everyone can fill out that on the bingo card because
I feel like we should have a pre-stream stream.
You know what? It's because it's not connected to a character sheet. We don't have character sheets in it for this game, so I normally just rely on like when I drag and drop it. The permissions to the token go with the character sheet. When you set up a separate character sheet, you need to give it. Okay, so everybody should access their tokens now.
Yep.
All right. So what, Kate? You're looking at the other guests in here. Here's one thing that you find. Apparently, Wayne was involved with the invitations for this, because there's a couple people talking about how, good of Bruce Wayne to be, looking down on BLUDHAVEN and trying to help out BLUDHAVEN for a change instead of just, running benefits in Gotham. There's also an unusual amount of young people who are here. Not like kids, but like, 20s new money types. They also look a little... They have that kind of look of leanness that comes from growing up in a less affluent country. Mm-hmm. So there's just a look, quite a bit of a look for that. And you get a feeling, Kate, of them being on their guard. In spite of their kind of lean appearances, few of them have clean plates. They've got hors d'oeuvres and things that are sitting on there or sitting next to them, drinks that remain at or near the full point. And you would have rolled a 25 then. You also can see that one of the servers who, as you're sort of taking the crowd in, one of the servers goes by and they sort of lean forward and you can see there are tattoos inching up their necks. They are Caucasian. So you don't necessarily, your mind doesn't go to Yakuza, but the tattoos have that prison quality to them that makes you think of Russian or Eastern European mobs.
That kind of gets my attention. I might step away for a moment and just use my communication to let everybody know what I saw.
Sure. And then, Jason, you said you were watching, you were dealing with the other officers?
Yeah, I'm mostly looking at tactical and strategic elements of the place that we're in. How to get in and out and who might be armed, that sort of thing. Okay. I kind of have a similar thing, and maybe analytical mind might work for that too, but I don't know if those are clues really.
No, do you have anything for interacting? Any social things?
That's a good question.
One of your
I'm
abilities
mostly about
is fast learner. Once per session,
Yes.
you may copy any level 1 to level 3 capacity from an ally, and I think Kate has one.
Oh, what do you got, Kate, that I could copy?
Smooth talker, +2 on willpower or intelligence test during a discussion.
Love it. I would love to do that.
Okay.
And essentially what I'll do is, I get a drink as somebody comes by with a tray, and I just start, I look for someone that I know, and I start that is in conversation with maybe somebody who might be a member of this Russian organization, let's call it.
Okay.
Just to be able to introduce myself more easily. And say, oh, excuse me, we've never met before. I'm Jason Todd. Very nice to meet you. And I start saying, complimenting the place, and just, kind of asking, what exactly what this is about. And I was glad to be invited. But
it's more the Russian types, not the BPD.
I think it's the Russian type. I'm talking to both of them, but it's the Russian types. I'm trying to gauge his responses to how I'm talking, and is he like, I don't want to tell you anything? Is he, is he got do I notice if he's got, he moves in a certain way where he reveals that there's a holster somewhere?
So is there a reason why you'd be approached? Because this is all happening simultaneously, so you wouldn't have the benefit of Kate's insights yet.
Okay.
Is there a reason you would have been approaching the?
Only because I feel like I know the cops, or I have a pre-existing relationship with the cops, and these are the new people that I don't know about, and that's what always scares me.
But you don't know what the cops know, right?
No, I don't know anything. I just mean there's just people that I've never met before, so I'm who are these people?
Okay.
What are they up to?
Sure.
How are they going to try to kill me?
So give us a willpower check then.
Willpower.
So your willpower is +1, and you'll get +2 from Kate, so +3 in total.
+3. Okay. It's like I don't ever try. I rolled terribly. I rolled a 1 d10. That's not going to help me.
Yeah.
I went 2 steps down the dice chain. That makes sense. I think I'm always concerned about somebody's going to try to murder me. So knowing anything about anybody helps me feel a little bit better, but I don't in this case.
Do you want to spend?
You know what?
Exploit point.
I do want to spend. Of course I do. That's what's cool about this game. I'm going to spend an exploit point. Here we go. Exploit point. Here we go. -1.
All right. So then, you do talk to the owner, or one of the people who seems to know who the owner is. The person you're speaking to seems to be they seem to be genuinely new Russian money, and what they're talking about is there apparently is. Someone is trying to make some kind of arrangements for investments in BLUDHAVEN, including supporting the BPD in ways that the city has struggled to, giving its dwindling tax base. BLUDHAVEN is closer to kind of like the Detroit of the DCU, more so than where Gotham City is like the shittiest, is 70s New York.
Right.
So they're talking about there is apparently this person who owns this place is part of that new initiative as well.
I see.
And
does he give off any vibes of nervousness or anything anything like that would be not normal for just this kind of event?
No, and in contrast to the younger folks that Batwoman saw or Kate saw, what this guy is the unearned confidence of someone who inherited enormous amounts of money.
Got it. Okay.
It's maybe a niche reference. Do you remember? There's the character from Layer Cake, who is Sienna Miller's boyfriend before Daniel Craig's character gets involved with her. He's the cousin of one of the other minor crime dudes here, and he just thought he was such a big big fucking deal because of his cousin.
Yes,
that's the energy you're getting off of this dude.
Okay, got it. Okay, cool, awesome. Yeah. That's exactly what I wanted to know. Okay, great.
So Kate, this is when you would have sort of notified the others of what you saw, and at that point, what you guys see is a face you do recognize. You guys, I imagine, are sort of milling your way either near the outside or close to the outside, and Bruce Wayne. You can kind of hear the hubbub, because not every day you see a billionaire show up at a party. Bruce Wayne appears, and you all, knowing him, can tell he is pale, he's sweating slightly, and he seems even a little shaken. There is clearly like a bit of a poor job that's been done to try and cover up fresh bruises. He does not see any of you, but he then hobbles up the stairs. You can tell there's a little bit of a limp on there, and you can each give us a perception check if you like.
That works so good.
Remember, if you got an edge, roll 2 dice. Nice.
21 for me.
He's not feigning it, Kate. It's a bona fide limp. It's not him trying to put on something. Unless you guys are spending exploits, then you can't quite tell whether he's faking or whether this is genuine. Right. And perhaps that's an opportunity for Kate to, shine with her perceptiveness. She's like, he's not faking that limp. And both of you would then be like, oh, shit.
Yeah, we'll say something along the lines of, that doesn't... he's not putting on a show, guys.
And it's that point where he sort of gets to the podium, and you can hear him kind of pop up, that like popping when he's kind of testing the mic. And then he seems out of breath as well. And likewise, Kate, that doesn't seem put on. And Batman may be the most fit person you know.
Yeah, I have a bad feeling about this.
He says, dear friends, and he laughs. You all know it's a fake one. I should think twice before going jogging so late. I got lost. And, well, let's just say that running through the woods after dark can lead to some nasty falls. And there's a bit of that uncomfortable laugh, or obligatory laugh through the crowd. But let us turn our thoughts to law enforcement for what they've dealt with, and for what they're accomplishing, what they're currently going through, and what they've accomplished, for the hope that they continue to give BLUDHAVEN. We owe them our support. We owe it to them to stay on their side during this difficult time. We owe it to them to fight side by side against crime. And he pauses, and he seems like he may actually pass out. And then he catches himself, and it's at that point that you all hear the sadly familiar racka, 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 racka of automatic gunfire. And looking back, what you can see is several crowds. Yep. Yeah, here we go. Or mobs, I may say, of masked and armed gunmen. And from the trousers that they have on, Kate, you can tell immediately that these must be, some of them are the servers. Because they're still wearing like servers slacks underneath this, but let me show you. And these are all hordes. So each of them is 10 guys. You guys can see the 10 that's on there because that tells you how many are in that group.
Oh, I see.
Each of them is armed with a machine gun or carbine or a fully automatic little, thing, submachine gun, carbine type thing. And they're beginning to sort of shuffle the crowd in, but they're not the ones, the gun you heard, because that was a very distinctive sound, high caliber, rapid fire. That is the best Batman villain. KG Beast. So, Anatoly Kadaev. And with him, perhaps one of the dumbest Batman villains, but I love him anyway. The NKV Demon. And I learned this morning, someone else made a new one too, which is I can't remember the name of it because it's just so fucking awful. It uses another acronym from some other Russian like intelligence agency and combines it to try and create a portmanteau with armiger. And it's like, armiger is such an unusual word anyway. I was like, what meager? Like, what is this? Unsurprisingly, that character has had only one appearance. But the NKV Demon and the KG Beast, you are mostly aware of. So let's have each of you give us an intelligence check. If you think you've got anything like eidetic memory or whatnot, that may give you some insight into this.
So intelligence, so it's +6 total.
Yeah, nope.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I don't think I have anything either.
Okay, 12.
So, and
That means that yours are 18?
Yeah, mine's an 18.
And that includes your +5 from eidetic memory?
Yes, sir. I've got a intelligence +1 and then the
Oh,
+5.
great. Okay, perfect. Okay. So what you would know is Red Hood, unless you're spending... and everyone gets, what do you call it? Exploit point, by the way. Yeah.
cool.
One way this is clearly inferior is I don't get exploit points like I do in Fantasy Craft.
That's a comment for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Each of the NPCs do have their own exploit points, so that is that. Here's what you
rather
know.
than taking a Kevin, I will immediately spend it, so I'll have a 19.
19, got it. Okay. So here's what you guys know. Batwoman, you would know that these are Russian supervillains, and you think that KG Beast was some kind of super soldier, but that's about as much as you know. Jason and Dick, you both know the KG Beast is a cybernetically augmented KGB assassin. And he is someone who very nearly broke Batman, not only physically because he's a cybernetically enhanced thing, the level of abject cruelty and unexpected sudden violence that he implemented. He's an assassin. He may also be thought of quite literally as a terrorist, as someone who terrorized Gotham the first time he came around, and was so implacable and seemingly uncatchable and unstoppable that he very nearly broke Batman. Batman very nearly let him die. It wasn't Joker. No. It wasn't Riddler. It wasn't Two-Face. It was the fucking KG Beast that almost made Bruce break his no-killing oath. The NKV Demon is a basically pupil of the KG Beast. Think more hyper-trained assassin, something along the lines of like a Black Widow type, not cybernetically enhanced the way KG Beast is. So he is a lesser threat, but should not be underestimated as a very dangerous adversary. The Beast, his hand also is now a cybernetic arm. Both Jason and, or cybernetic forearm, I should say. Jason and Dick, you would know it is Bruce you have to thank for that cybernetic arm, because when Bruce tried to catch him, when he finally beat him down and chained him to what was like a giant metal pipe, rather than be caught, the Beast hacked his hand off. So he has a reason to hate everything associated with Bruce Wayne.
I respect that level of I'm not going to be captured. So
the Beast is a pretty fucking badass villain. I will say he's not necessarily my favorite Batman villain. I have other Batman favorite villains. I think KG Beast is just a fucking great idea for... He's sort of like Bane before Bane, and less of a kind of odd luchador, you know. Also, Bane was originally conceived as kind of like an evil... what's his name? Not Doc Samson. What's his name? The pulp hero?
Doc Savage?
Doc Savage. He was originally conceived as an evil Doc Savage. And that characterization sort of fell by the wayside. But anyway, this is who is here. And there are a bunch of people a bunch of these thugs who are threatening civilians. So what do our heroes do?
I gotta find somewhere to change.
Yeah.
So let's say you're all going to change, which will give them time to get there. Let's get some initiative trackers up here.
Thinking kicking over a table and ducking behind it.
Oh, I gotta erase these here. Oh, the beast is already on here. Look at that.
I think I have like a jacket that like I can quickly like, you know, turn inside out and zip up and it's red and pull, and a mask comes up from behind and like I pull it over.
Love
or
it.
something like that.
Would you guys kindly add your... So for Nightwing, you're going to have 2 entries. You're going to have your 23 and a 13, and then if the rest of you guys... I think Batwoman's already in there. Initiative is a fixed score in this game.
Yeah, I only see Nightwing and Red Hood on that turn order.
Oh, yeah, you know what? Because it's...
Oh,
different.
I'm on there twice.
Yeah, you're on there twice because you need the...
Oh, you want me to have both of them?
Yeah, sorry, and you know, it's the initiative tracker...
Typing. Oh, there it goes, finally.
Here, let me
I was having problems typing in there for some reason.
Here we go.
Okay.
There we go. And turn. The demon has 1 turn. The beast has 3.
Oh, yeah.
He's fast.
Cybernetically enhanced. And then, Kate, let me add you in there as well. Go. There you go. So, if you could kindly add your initiative scores in there. Okay, so the beast has the NKV demon. It's 18. Beast is, I think he's 34.
Yeesh.
Wow.
Yep. So Beast has 34, 24.
Gonna give me some of those drugs he's on.
Cybernetic enhanced, not chemically enhanced like
Oh,
Bane.
Anybody got an EMP grenade? We can take care of the beast right now.
Okay, and then the
Worth a try.
thugs.
He's probably got some like protections or whatnot, but
Yeah, they're called exploit
yeah.
points.
Yeah, exactly. He never leaves home without them.
Absolutely. All right, and then the thugs have, or the horde has an initiative of 11. Okay. All right. The beast is up first. And he roars out, Wayne, you cannot buy this. This city belongs to the beast. And he, faster than obviously any living human could be, and some sport bikes would give him like he would give them a run for their money, fucking sprints up and with his non-cybernetic hand fucking scoops up Bruce, who crumples like some kind of paper doll.
Shit.
Then it is Beast's turn again. And he sprints away with Bruce, leaving the NKV demon behind, and all these people threatening the very members of the crowd. So Beast, I can't put him off. Oh yeah, because I just can take his turn off screen. Love it. So Beast has made off with Bruce. Nightwing, Dick, what are you doing? We're just assuming you're kind of like leaving the house having changed. Are you changing? Are you coming out on the roof? Are you coming out on the ground, or what? What do you think?
Yeah, he's coming up right there. In the ballroom, right? That's where all this is happening.
This is outside in probably the garden.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's coming. Yeah, he's going to come down from the roof. That's his shtick.
So then, if do you happen to have that way of justice ability that allows you to get have targets be surprised when you have successfully had discretion?
Yeah, I was going to say, have to successful discretion test.
Yeah.
Surprise state on adversaries for the first round.
Sure. So then, if you're going to sneak in, why don't you give us a discretion test or a dexterity test?
It is dexterity. Okay, I figured it was. So that's a +5.
Do you have any capacity that gives a bonus to stealth?
I'm just looking. I don't think I do actually.
Hidden Shadows gives you +8.
Yeah.
So you're going to have a total of plus 13 because you have 20 dex.
Wow.
He is very dexterous.
And with edge as well, so.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Amazing.
Thank God.
That's pretty good.
Remember, you got edge, so you can roll twice.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you only got
that's
one
right.
D20 in there.
Yeah. So up, roll again.
There you go.
Oh.
Dick, no one has any idea that you were here. So you're probably like a zipline distance. The NKV demon is closer to the stage, so probably within range of your zipline. But there's also, like, there's a lot of people who are about to get hurt quite badly by these thugs. What are you doing?
Yeah, he wants to go after Bruce, but he can't leave the group like that. I mean, he just can't leave all these innocent people. And he knows Bruce is tough enough to some extent to be okay for a little while. So I think he's going to attack whatever the nearest group of thugs is to him.
Okay. So if you got any thought on what ability you want to use or any
I
capacity?
was thinking about throwing a stun grenade at him.
Okay.
Nice.
Kind of open up with a little range and then move into melee.
Yeah, you got it. So go ahead and give us a ranged attack. This is your action.
Yep.
So what's your bonus with range?
It says my batarang is +9, so I assume it's the same.
Same thing. Yeah, you've got no signature weapon with batarang. That would be the only thing that would modify it up.
Yeah, his signature weapon is his staff. So.
It's weird that they don't call them a screamer staff. So I thought that's what they used to call them.
Yeah,
I remember them being. I thought they were bow staffs back in the day.
I think it was because at the time, like the what do you call it? The Filipino fighting sticks, the eskrima, were very popular in the what do you call it, the lexicon. It could have been bow staff beforehand. By the time of the Chuck Dixon, when they were calling them eskrima sticks.
Yeah.
But anyway, the give us a so you're rolling +9. 1d20 +9. They have -5 to their defense. So it'll be a 6 is what you need to hit.
Oh, well, yeah, then I did that. Cool.
Oh, was that your +9 there? The 3?
Yeah, the 3 + 9 is 12. Yes, sir.
You got it. Okay, so I'm going to make a check here. All right, so then the stun grenade goes off, and one group of them is all stunned.
Yeah, good.
Kate, what are you doing? How do you enter the scene?
So I imagine when the things kicked off, he like kicked the table over and dived behind it so she could get dressed.
Okay.
But I'm thinking she snuck around the edge just to get in a different position, and she's going to start jumping out from the shadows.
Okay, so give us a dexterity check. Do you have any capacities that will add to your...
Yes, I've got Hidden in the Shadows, which is a +8 on dex checks with an edge.
Yep, go ahead and give us...
then I've also got a Way of Stealth, a +4 in Discretion checks.
So remember, only one capacity applies.
Yes, so Hidden in Shadows would be the best.
Okay.
Okay.
So then...
Check 8, and then Dexterity is normally a 4, so a 12.
Nice.
And the roll is twice.
Yeah. 19. Awesome. Likewise, Kate, no one has any idea you're here. What do you want to do with your action?
So I imagine she's leaping out just as the stun grenade goes off on a nearby group, and she's just diving right into the group of one of these things that just start punching and like flurrying with her fists and kicks.
Okay, so then this is where you can combine there's only bonuses that cannot stack. You could do for instance
Master Combat and then double attack.
Yeah. Like there's that one. For one attack to add 2d6 to the damage, you could do double attack.
So if I do Master Combat, they're both d12s, but first one gets extra damage.
No, you can't stack those two. You can do 2 attacks where the second attack does 1d12, but it doesn't get the damage bonus, or you can do Master Combat, which is a single martial arts attack, but do plus 2d6.
And to say if I'm attacking a group, does like all the damage get split between them to
yeah, the way the hordes work is that like for these fellas, every 7 points of damage you do takes out one of them. Okay. That also means every 2 of them gives +1. I think it's +1 to hit. Every 2 of them adds +1 dice of damage. So they do a shit ton of damage and they hit more often early on. But the more you whittle them down, the more that they are they're going to be less likely to hit and less likely to do damage.
So, I'll go with Master Combat and try to get that extra damage.
Sure. Because this is where the surprise thing, you got -5 to their defense. So your chance to hit with a 1d12 is much higher.
Gotcha.
Okay. Go ahead and make us an attack. Your melee is what, +8 with natural weapons?
Yes. Just double checking there. Anything? Yeah, +8.
The natural weapons thing is also such an unusual
1d12
phrasing.
+8, and I can always spend an exploit point. So.
Yep.
I don't need it. I think that's a crit.
Okay, so nat 12s do not count as crits on d12s. I think. How does that work? On one of them, like I think ones count as potential crit failures, but 12s, there's something different about how the d12s work.
Okay.
I just want to double check that. Because if I think it's so. What it is that if you beat it by 10, then there's a crit like PF2. And that can happen with the D12. It's just the Nat 12 and the Nat 1 don't necessarily trigger. Which is an interesting bit of math. I'm sure there's math that justifies that, but that because you're more likely to get it, I get why they would make it that you're
Gotcha.
It's not going to necessarily trigger that. Yeah, at least 10 higher than the level of difficulty with a D12.
Okay.
Awesome. Okay, so a 20, though, that does beat them by. So give us, each of these will be exploding, 1d8 exclamation mark plus 2d6 exclamation mark, and then we'll multiply it by 2. Oh, plus 4.
Plus 4, because my strength mod times 2.
Yep.
Okay.
Nice.
Alrighty, girl power.
There you go.
Nice.
Okay, so that is 19 damage, which means, let's see here. See, this is one thing I did last time that I forgot to do this time. What I would love to see in the game is tiered breakdowns. So just a little cascading, like at 63, they're down 1. At 54, they're down 1, and so on, going down. Because doing the math in iterations of 7 at a time is a little tricky. Well, I guess had I prepped properly.
Did you say the dice was doubled too, or just the strength mod?
What's that?
Did you say the dice was doubled for crit, or?
Oh yeah, everything's doubled. So that's 2d. So that's actually 19 times 2. Also subtract 19 twice, so I don't have to do more math.
It's 17 times 2 because I doubled the strength one, so 34.
It's 17 times 2. Oh, okay, so 34. So I'll add 4 back. Go. All right. So then I think I can see that quite easily. This is why I put the blue one is so I don't have to do the math. There we go. No, 6 left. There we go. All right. So you leap down, Kate, and there's just this flurry of punches and kicks, and 4 of these guys are down.
Bam, flap, pow, splat.
Now, do you have? I think you also have under. Is it Way of Justice? Or is it Way of Hand to Hand? Succession. Once per turn, free martial arts attack after putting an opponent out of action with a melee attack.
I will definitely take that.
Go ahead.
Though this wouldn't be using the superpower thing. So
no,
it's
be the regular one, but your dice can still explode. So and that's a solid hit, and that is also a crit. So give us 1d8 exclamation mark plus 2, and we'll multiply it by 2.
And take that out, and boom. 18.
18. Nice. Okay, look at this. Boom. Yeah. So
I think she's a bit cocky. Like, I got this, guys.
Wow. So she's just fucking cleaning house on that. Then, and actually, Red Hood, you're going to go first. Heroes go first. Red Hood, what are you doing?
All right, so here's my plan. I'm going to come bursting out of some back door exit, like I went through a kitchen or something.
Yep.
Because I would like to try to use my out of nowhere
So
way.
you need to give us have a successful discretion check first. So give us a.
Yes.
Do you have anything that you think, any capacity that'll modify?
I have a question to see if may have one. I have one called Handyman, which has twice per session. You gain +4 for a test using a characteristic other than intelligence.
Yeah. Yep. So you get +4.
Yeah, that gives me a +8 total with my dex.
I think your Hidden in the Shadows actually gives you a better bonus because it doesn't give you +6.
Oh, you're right. That's right. So I'm actually at a +10 total to this roll there. Therefore,
+6, and you're excellent. Go ahead and give us a 1d.
Yeah. There we go.
18. Yep, that's better than their
18.
perception.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
So then I think I burst out and I spot her through, this is just for fun, like through trees.
Yeah.
Like there's like a shrubs or trees or landscaping or whatever. And I'm taking a shot through those leaves. And I have a thing called Nice Shot. You suffer no penalties when line of sight is blocked or targets in melee combat.
Love it. Who are you shooting at?
So I'm going to shoot an NKV demon because my mindset is kill the biggest thing first.
Okay.
And I'm going to use...
Okay, I need to check one thing then. NKV demon actually
go ahead.
might... It might have spotted you at 18 is what you rolled. I'm just checking.
Well, I will. Well, to make it easy, Kev, I'm spending an exploit.
Nice.
Let's
okay,
get
great.
Me up,
okay.
Let's get me up to a
so
28.
then he is definitely surprised. Oh, everyone gets an exploit
awesome.
point for the last 8 minutes of the session.
Oh,
sorry, guys.
Awesome.
That's what happens.
Even better.
We
Let me
spend
put it
all
back
the morning talking about
again.
comics.
Well, that was the plan we all came up with before the session, Kevin. We didn't tell you.
Yes, this is true. We collaborate.
And now this is one of the reasons I love this game. So now I'm using a third thing, which is my fast attack.
Ooh, nice.
So this is with my pistol. So here's my first
thing is
regular
you need that
attack.
a limited action is like a full round action in other games.
Yes.
You've already used an
Does that mean the discretion is part of as an action? Okay. So I won't use fast attack. I'll just make one attack.
Hold up. Let me think here. You know what? No, fine. Do use it because we've been using moves and attacks for the other characters for this and not using discretion as an action. So that sounds awesome.
Okay, well, I critted.
Whoa! Okay, solid hit, and you're finding
my pistol crits.
Okay.
27.
And do those dice are exploding?
That's
excellent.
all doubled. Everything is all exploding and it's
27.
Doubled.
I'm gonna have to spend 2 of his exploits to ignore that hit.
Sweet. Here comes my now fast attack. I'm getting off.
Yeah, so 1d12.
Oh,
and that misses.
Not so great, but at least it's a. Oh, I can use an exploit for an attack, or you can't.
You can,
Oh,
but
man.
you can only use 1 exploit point per round.
Per turn.
Yeah,
That's
you
right.
use that for your discretion. So
I'm happy that I did what I did. So
and you have his attention, and you're chewing up his exploit points too. So that's 1 less.
And I've got a tree between us.
Yeah. All right. So then the NKV demon, and I think I've got. If you want to see what his full costume looks like, his costume design. Jim Aparo was an outstanding illustrator, fucking great Batman, great Aquaman, very much of what they called the Ron Frenz school of costume design. Ron Frenz was a journeyman worker. It was a very cool thing at a very diligent and long-suffering comic artist. Ron Frenz was with Marvel since the fucking 60s. There was a Ron Frenz school of costume design where it's like you cannot make a costume too complicated for Ron Frenz to draw because he was not great with complicated costumes. They would all look like dog shit.
Gotcha.
Jim Aparo was an excellent Batman artist and just worked in Brave and the Bold for fucking years. Excellent Spectre artist for that matter too. But very much like a person of his generation of artists. This is the NKV demon.
Aha. All right, I definitely want to kill him then.
He returns the favor.
That outfit.
Both those pistols come out towards you.
All right. Okay.
And I think he's...
Okay, defense of 16, just FYI.
Defense of 16, okay. So his first shot is with the D20. That is a 25.
So my question is about the exploit rule. one combat round means like the whole combat round. Like I can't use it for defense later. I can only do one thing.
Yeah,
Is that right?
actually, it's a good question. I don't know if it's per turn or per round. Those aren't necessarily terms that are used in this. I imagine it would be.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, well, this one will say this game.
What ability are you looking at there, George?
Well, I'm just wondering if I can use an exploit point on my turn and then off of my turn in the same round.
Yeah.
Are you trying to do something like just in time to ignore the hit?
No, to get plus 10 to his defense, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. Plus, because I have just enough to be missed.
And you can't actually ignore the hit. That's what only GMs can do that.
Oh. I was looking at the abilities.
Oh yeah, there could be an ability that you have that allows you to do that.
Yeah, once per combat, use 1 EP to cancel sustained DM.
Oh, that's cool.
No, but that's a dice modifier, not damage. You don't ignore.
If you have a penalty.
Is it damage?
Kevin, I found it.
Oh, it is damage.
Well, page 106, Kevin.
Oh, thank you.
It says using 1 EP can be used used per round of combat of a chase, only one. So that to me is a round, not my turn.
Yeah, I buy that. Yep. Okay, so then
he hits me.
Unfortunately, that is a hit. You will apply your DR against this, and the damage is. Here we go. I didn't crit though, so there's that.
That's
7.
I'll take it.
So 7 points of damage from the first hit.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's not too bad. He grazes me because I've got a 6 damage reduction on ranged attacks.
Oh, nice. Okay, so then you. So the 1 point of damage, and then he follows up with the D12.
Ready?
Let's see here. Oh, I'm going to spend my last exploit point to re-roll that, or to ignore the crit fail, I should say. Okay. Oh, you know what? Hold up. I'm going to spend that exploit point instead to make that first hit a crit.
Okay. Yeah. So what's the total damage?
I can't. I spent exploit points. Wait.
Oh, you can.
I don't know if I'm restricted.
Once?
I don't know if I'm restricted the same way though. It says players are 106. I might be able to cheat.
Yeah, that was, what I read to you as a hero said hero specifically.
Oh yeah, I can spend as many as I want.
And then on page 107.
Guys, this game is the best. All right, so then Red Hood, the return volley, that is 11 points of damage.
So instead of 7, it's 11, or is it 18 total?
11 on top of the 7.
Okay, so 18 total.
Yeah.
Minus my 6, so I will have taken a total of 12.
Okay.
All right.
Good way to make him use up all his points there.
Yeah.
Well.
And then Nightwing, what are you doing? You've stunned that one group.
What's that?
You've stunned that one group. You have one action you can take now.
Yeah, and the action would be probably to move to get closer to them, I think, wouldn't it?
Like down into melee? Sure.
Like to get into melee range with that stunned group.
Yeah. So you were swinging down. All right. And then it is the bad guys' turn. These guys are stunned. I think that because of all of you have Way of Justice, that surprise thing, I think everybody is surprised, so they're actually not going to have any actions for the turn.
Oh, man. Awesome.
Yeah, so we, I think...
That's cool.
We spent a great deal of time this morning talking comics and not actually playing this thing. We were all very excited to play this game. I think we're going to continue this one, subject to George's availability.
Yeah.
Well, just FYI, very quickly, I'm planning to extend my trip, which would mean I would be here in 2 weeks' time.
There we go. And we've got plenty of opportunity to introduce. If Robert or Jeff are available for it too, we can introduce more members of the Bat family.
Yep.
And perhaps I can restrain myself from talking Batman for a fucking hour before we start playing.
It was George's fault, but you know.
It is. I take full responsibility.
All right, so with Red Hood, exchanging shots, you guys must be running because it feels like it would be a running thing of you running along, firing each other through the wood. He's as good of a shot as what you are, by the by.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah. So you're both exchanging fire. Batwoman has beat the living shit out of this first batch of guys, and Nightwing, you've got the benefit of if anyone does fire at you, you're in melee, so they're going to take a penalty to hit you. And we'll pick up in Bloodhaven in 2 weeks' time then. So let me move us back to our main screen here. Dan, I'm very
And I
sorry
do
for.
think we make a good team. I feel like the characters, this group of characters,
And group of players too.
and the group of players like together. It's like a really good combination because we all kind of have different skills, but they all align. And if we can do things like all jump out with surprise at the same time, like that's gonna be amazing. So,
Yeah.
What do you
It's
expect from
something-
the Bat Family?
It's something I think is really, really fucking good about this game is that the characters feel very different. It doesn't feel like you've all got the same abilities. It's for a game where that kind of granular difference would make a difference. You want to have the ways of distinguishing fairly similar characters from each other. It does a really, really good job of that, where there is some overlap, but each of you has your own kind of niche. It's something I mentioned before that to be honest, I really wish that we saw more of this type of thing in the Marvel Multiverse game. Because like the Marvel Multiverse is a similar thing where you got a shit ton of different abilities that sort of customize your character, but a lot of them end up being kind of like you make 2 attacks and you do half damage, and then if you get a fantastic success, it does this thing. And there's different iterations of it, but it's all kind of very much the same. And this game has, as befitting for a Batman game, there's way more investigative, sneaky kind of shit that you get as well that's missing from that game. So they're servicing 2 different things. We were talking before we went live about how like different types of comics are, different types of genres. What's appropriate for a Batman story contained is not necessarily what's going to be appropriate for a Justice League story. And the Marvel game is intended to be an Avengers, X-Men, Fantastic Four, big team, every bit of the wonderful blend of genres that comics are, American comic books, superhero comics at least. But it's a shame that they didn't have more of this stuff in there, because it would be really great to have that kind of stuff. But anyway, I didn't mean to be outro to shit on that game. I am looking forward to running that game again soon too. But is missing really good opportunities for making, because the core mechanics in that game are a lot of fun, and especially the reroll. The way they do rerolls in the game, you roll your 3 dice and you pick one of the dice and you reroll that one. And if you've got an edge, you've got, I think it's an edge. I can't remember what it's called. It might be an edge. You get to take the better of the 2. If you got trouble, it's the worst of the 2. And then the middle dice, the Marvel dice, plays a role in determining damage for everything. So it's a very Matt Forbeck designed it, George.
Yeah. He's a good guy.
It's a
cool.
really well
really
designed. Like the core mechanic of it ended up being really, really a well implemented game. But in any event. I'm going to start talking about fucking superhero RPGs again, and we're already over time. So for those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us for our second try at the Batman Gotham City Chronicles RPG. We're going to be back in 2 weeks' time with us again now, so that's exciting. But as is always the case, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding this game in the interim, please don't hesitate to put a comment in the comment section down below, and I'll endeavor to reply in a timely fashion. There's also a link down below to the Dungeon Musings Discord server, where we have channels dedicated to most of the games and campaigns we run on the channel. There is also a reminder, a link in the description of the video if you want to pick up the quick start for this that has Nightwing and Batwoman in it, as well as the part of the adventure we were playing, although I made changes to that, and a villain that isn't in the one we're playing, a different villain. You can check that out. I've changed.
Can I mention one quick thing in the context of this? Just that, I think we all do this, but I watch a lot of streams of people playing, and everybody's always, a lot of people get sponsored. We never are sponsored by anybody for anything. We just play games that we like.
Yeah.
And and then we talk about what we don't like about them and what we do like about them. So just for people to know, like, what you're getting the real deal from what we're talking about. Like when we enjoy a game, we tell you. When we don't, we tell you.
Yeah, exactly. This is not. Monolith has not given us anything to do this. It's just a game that we tried and liked a lot more than what we expected to. So this has been the one session I ran with Ingolf and this one too. It's a really, really interesting game. It's not the game for everybody, and it's not the game for every kind of superhero thing, but for this type of story, it seems to be working pretty well. And I'm looking forward to seeing next time. Again, I'll restrain myself from talking too long. There's also a link down below to the Monolith, the publishers of the game too. Because it is I don't know if it's because it's a European published game or what, or because it was a Kickstarter game. It's really hard to find information about it outside of that site. So if you do want to find information there, you can find that there. You can also find the quick start there as well. They are about to release the Skyline Edition, which is a cleaned up and revised version. You can get the 2 books I mentioned in a nice slipcase with the GM screen. GM screen is fucking fantastic for this game too. In addition, there are links. There's a link down below to our friends at Noble Knight Games. Noble Knight Games is the preeminent unionized retailer of hard-to-find and out-of-print RPGs in North America. Not only do they have an incredible selection of new role-playing games, board games, and card games, they have an unmatched selection of hard-to-find and out-of-print RPGs. If they do not have something in stock that you're looking for, you can put it on a want list and they'll send you an email when it comes in. And if you make a purchase of $10 or more through their website, be sure to enter the code NOBLEMUSER, all caps, all one word. It's listed in the description of the video. It'll save you 10% on any purchase of $10 or more. And the discount code will change as of October 15, 2025. So if you're listening to this after that time, just come back to one of our more recent videos. You'll see what the current discount code is there. The last thing I will say is an enormous thank you to our stalwart Gotham heroes here. So, Will, John, and George, thank you so much for joining me back in Bloodhaven. This was again, we played a very limited amount. I enjoyed the limited amount we got to play. I really enjoyed talking comics with you guys as well, too. So, I appreciate you spending the morning with me. And for those listening at home, we'll be back for a full session in 2 weeks' time to see whether these Russian... I'm trying to think here. I don't know how big of a comic fan Robert is, to be honest. I know he's a comic RPG fan, but I don't know how much of a comic nerd he is. So it'll be interesting to hear. Jeff is a comic fan, but he's more of a G.I. Joe and Punisher fan and Marvel than he is a DC fan, as far as I know. But in any event, we'll be back in Bloodhaven in 2 weeks' time to see if our Gotham heroes or bad heroes can successfully rescue Bruce Wayne from Batman's best villain. And until we see, sorry,
is it Bruce Wayne though? I have my doubts.
Yeah, he did call you here, eh?
I don't know.
So then we'll be back. Until then, we hope that we gave you a few hours. Well, hope we gave you an hour and change to take your mind off the troubles of our world and think about the troubles of our heroes in Bloodhaven are encountering. And until we see you again, stay safe, stay healthy, and happy gaming.